Your microphone check 1 2. Welcome back to Single Seated Reactions only on the Flexing Mind Network. I'm the original Anomaly. Welcome back to the channel. Deleted dropped again. Damn, deleted dropped again. Oh boy, here we go. Alright, this video is called Sick of the Soft Narrative in Hip Hop. Boy, we on the same page. Because these boys are soft. You know what? I can always draw a narrative of how this video can go. But why don't we just jump into the video and then just actually see what he's going to say. I understand the soft narrative because compared from the early 2000s, 90s, etc. to today, there's definitely been a strong decline in masculinity. I'm not saying it's bad or good because there's still good songs out there. But it's definitely there. You can notice it. It might be a needle in the haystack, but it's one haystack and there's one needle. You're eventually going to see it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I don't want to say too much at the top. We're already a minute past. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think about this video. And let's just dive on in. Alright, let's go. Deleted, what you got for me, bruh? Let me know. Talk to me.
Alright, before we get into this video, I need to do some damage control.
Let's go.
No, this video is not the truth. This is all for entertainment purposes only.
Okay.
Please don't take what I say in this video serious.
Okay, I will.
This is all opinionated, just opinion. This isn't facts. It may be even a little fiction. Don't need to send a cease or desist letter this way. Don't get mad or get your panties in a bunch.
He's saying that for Drake, mind you. As soon as he says cease and desist, we know who this for. This for Drake. If Drake watch this, he gonna catch some feelings. You know what I'm saying? So he just making this disclaimer for Drake. So when Drake watches, be like, oh, okay, that's calm, that's cool. So I don't have to watch this, right? But continues to watch it anyway, and then get his feelings hurt, and probably still send that cease and desist. Anyway, let's get back into it.
I hope you guys enjoy though, and yeah.
Let's go.
You know me, I'm YouTube's biggest villain. The new biggest.
That's a fact.
The reason why I say that is because my opinion's not gonna be popular. You might not like anything I gotta say.
Oh my god, corny, rainbow, tomato.
Ask me if I care. I've been so lazy.
Stop
I was supposed to do this video days ago. Didn't have the urge to do it though. A lot of my supporters were encouraging, telling me they wanted to hear my take and how they were looking forward to it. Fuck y'all. Don't tell me what to do. This topic is cold and stale now. But we about to revive this like some old fries on a Wednesday. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Let's get it to 3
I got you with the like, brother. Don't worry.
Appreciate my villain community. I love our toxic relationship.
Gang, gang.
Slowly closing in at 40K.
Jeez, let's go. Make sure we get into 40K, y'all.
January 1st.
Hey.
So I heard Skepta was the mall version of the UK.
Uh-oh.
In other words, Drake's bitch. I mean, the guy has the owl tatted on him.
Oh, shoot.
Apparently, Drake has something tatted of his as well.
That's
Not
crazy.
Sure how true that is about Drake, though. I got this info from X. Because, you know, if it's on X, it's got to be true, right? So Skepta is a UK rap artist that appeared in the Skepta interlude for Drake.
Don't get it twisted, though. Skepta's that guy. He can really rap his ass off for real. So, all respects to Skepta, but you said some wild shit, bro.
Drake, track 10 on the album More Life. He recently sat down with Ebro on Apple Music.
Yup.
Drake versus Kendrick beef came up.
Talk about it.
When stuff gets said like that now, today, it's more personal. Yeah.
Of course this is personal, dipshit. This is hip-hop.
It's more personal.
It's not even just that it's more personal, but like, Kendrick warned this man. Kendrick warned him. What is the point of holding back when Drake is the one always stepping cross the line? If you're going to step cross the line, the same line I told you not to step, because once you step into my territory, I'm going to light you up. Why would I hold back? It's like, it's the same situation. You have this side, line in the middle. On this side, I say don't cross that line, because once you cross into this territory, I'm going to light your ass up. I'm going to shoot you down straight. Right? Here come Drake now going past the line. It's not like you're going to take you're going to take your thing and bust one shot. No. You're going to get a bazooka, a machine gun, a couple turrets, and you're going to get like a couple grenades, an aerial strike, anything and everything you need to eviscerate the demon that crossed your border. Like, no. What are we talking about here, bro? He warned him. And then he's now getting the consequences of his actions. That's it.
Sounds like a personal problem.
I think there's something about...
There was a lot of lying on it. There was a lot of lying. people just saying.
There was one diss track that came out, and I was like, oh, this is over. Like,
many of you Drake cake munchers are claiming that K-Dot crossed the line by making false accusations about the PDF allegations. I guess they disregarded when he groped and kissed a 17-year-old girl on stage.
Well, listen, 17. I had fun. I don't know if I should feel guilty or not, but I had fun. I like the way your breast feel against my chest.
That's crazy.
Tells him she's 17 and he still begins to kiss and make inappropriate gestures.
Crazy.
If her parents had pressed charges at the time, he could have been charged with child. So it's not a lie at all. The video
That's crazy.
It's right there for you to see. What the fuck do you guys consider a PDF file? Y'all only feel it applies to people who sleeps with the underage. No. It applies to all individuals that do bizarre and inappropriate things with or to a minor. Even if it's just verbal. It don't have to be touching, it could just be verbal. In the state of California, everybody's state is different. Some of y'all think it's cool to sleep with 16-year-olds. So we gonna read California's laws. California defines a bit differently than it defines other types of sex acts against children. Child can include almost any type of inappropriate behavior, touching, kissing, making, or lewd comments, etc. Those convicted of these charges must register as sex offenders as well.
Yeesh.
It was never cool. That video does everything that this paragraph I just read stated. Not to mention all the other allegations that are out there about the Drizzler, Millie Bobby being one of them.
Great friend and a great role model. You know, we just texted each other the other day, and he was like, "I miss you so much." I was like, "I miss you more." About boys, he helps me. What? Yeah,
Yeesh.
He's great. He's wonderful. I love him. You know, that stays in the text messages.
So with that video,
What?
with me showing you
I remember that part.
California state law, it's not a lie. Stop changing the narrative. It seems Skepta also has amnesia, as if Kendrick didn't warn bruh from the beginning with his Euphoria album cover alone. That in itself was a warning shot. So he would then respond with Tailor Made, using an AI voice of Pac. He would then give Kendrick the green light by jokingly suggesting to use the young girl angle against him.
Call him a bitch for me. Talk about him like a young girl. That's a kid for me.
Drake also discussed the allegations on his song Another Late Night with Lil Yachty.
Hey, we don't send my comments talking about some Millie Bobby look.
Just because Skepta and the rest of Drake's glizzy guzzlers weren't aware of the allegations that have been circulating on Reddit and YouTube for a while now, doesn't mean Drake was oblivious to them. This song was released before the beef began.
The hell?
He addressed those allegations back then. Let's not pretend this topic was pulled out of nowhere. Stop crying and stop caping.
this isn't rap. This isn't a rap. This ain't clashing anymore.
No, they don't like each other.
This is over.
Bro, who the fuck cares? It's hip hop.
Facts. Hip hop's a sport.
Being over another grown ass man. Like, let this guy fight his own battles. Leave that to their fan bases. You coming off as the overprotective wife or something. Skepta, Academics, Maul, all you guys are acting like some bitter, sad wife.
This is terrible, bro. Like, no cap, this is terrible.
The way you guys are acting over Drake is how Kendrick's wife would have acted on social media. And she didn't even have much to say. She just danced all over Drake's grave with her husband on the Not Like
Facts.
It's insane how much you guys are willing to cape for this grown man. It's cringe. It's weird. Like, you don't see it's sus as hell.
Like, they don't like each other. It's clear. I can hear it. Like, I can hear it in his voice. He doesn't like Drake, when it sounded like you two just really want to see each other and do each other something.
Yeah.
But bro, when did they ever like each other in the past? Jay-Z and Nas hated each other. Talked about messing with the same girl. Talked about skidding on car seats and shit.
I came in your belly back seat.
Damn! I don't remember that. I don't remember. I do not remember that part. Damn! My fault, y'all. My fault. I get a little loud sometimes, so I'm sorry.
Condoms on your baby seat.
And I don't
Lord have mercy, I don't remember that part.
Later, he didn't J. Cole the situation and apologize during the beef.
And since you infatuated with saying that gay shit, guess you was kissing my dick when you was kissing that bitch.
Ooh!
Wayne threatening to kidnap Jay-Z's wife. You have Eminem questioning ICP's manhood, calling them gay because of the makeup they would wear as clowns.
Oh my God. Yo, that's crazy.
Bringing up one of the members of Mobb Deep, sickle cell illness that ultimately took his life.
Oh yeah, Mobb Deep. You wanna fuck with us? You little young ass motherfuckers. Don't one of you niggas got sickle cell or something?
Oh my God.
Jay-Z to die slow.
I'm a bad boy killer. Jay-Z got to.
And then you have
Yo.
Pac yelling, my fofo, make sure all y'all kids don't grow.
Die slow, motherfucker. My fofo make sure all y'all kids don't grow.
Jesus.
Bar, by the way. Beanie Siegel says this crazy shit to Jadakiss.
I'm thinking about his mom and making him watch.
Oh my God.
I'm making him watch.
You have Biggie saying this cringy ass weirdo bar.
I hope they know my nigga got to fucking kidnap kids. Throw him over the bridge.
What?
When the fuck did you guys think that they didn't hate each other? When the fuck did you guys think the shit was sweet? Battle rap has always been disrespectful as fuck.
Facts.
Before y'all come in here saying, oh well, Pac and Biggie died because of it. Nah, they didn't die because of the rap beef. They died because Diddy and Suge had a feud that predated Pac.
That part.
Signed to death row. One of their friends deleted by another friend's hand. The long-standing rumors that Diddy's then bodyguard Wolf unalived Big Jake, who was a close friend and bodyguard of Suge Knight back in 1995. It was an ongoing blood and crip beef that bled into Biggie and Pac, and that they had no business getting involved in, which unfortunately caused both their demise.
They had like their little words, right? And they went outside.
Look at Bow Wow looking trying to be cool.
They were in the middle, Puff the middle of the street, Puff and Suge. Outside.
Bow Wow just there as an extra.
And is that your part? Yeah. Is it a calm conversation or they? No, it's not a calm conversation. But it's it's a very hostile conversation. And their cruise is ain't no crew. I mean, Suge is.
Look at Bow Wow trying not to be awkward.
Puff got a crew.
Meanwhile being awkward.
Suge got one dude with him, right? And all I know is Puff started drinking his champagne while they was talking. I guess somebody must have said something to him. And next thing I know, Wolf, rest in peace, he let off a shot and let off a couple of shots, and Suge Man got killed right there.
Crazy.
In Atlanta. That was the beginning of that whole shit.
Wow.
Like,
so you're saying like Big and maybe Pac might have been like
they ain't had nothing to do with this.
Yeah, but it affected like it's.
Yeah, it went into that, but they ain't had nothing to do with this.
The LA gangs took them out. The Bloods working as the corrupted LAPD and alive Biggie because Biggie went on a LA radio station mocking Pac in a freestyle rap, which led to LA feeling disrespected. The same day he was erased. Biggie also said on a New York radio station,
the fact that he got done off in the same day at a time when there's no internet like that, no cell phone, no iPhone, nothing. Them boys are quick, or it could have been a setup.
Station that Snoop and Death Row was in New York, and he asked the question of why hadn't anyone pressed him, which ultimately got Snoop shot at. Then the Crips unalived Pac because Pac bum rushed and stomped out a known Crip shooter for snatching a Death Row chain, which is rumored that Diddy put a bounty on Death Row chains. So after the beatdown, of course they wanted revenge and took Pac out. This was a completely different situation, so stop comparing. It's not even remotely the same. But I know people love to use their feud as an example on why people shouldn't go too far. But this is Drake's feminine ass. No one is going to that measure with Drake but Drake, with academics gassing him up to his audience, referring to Drake and his entourage as goons, putting weight.
As a Canadian, I'm glad someone else sees this, bro. I'm so glad someone else sees this, because it is crazy how this shit going on, and ain't nobody saying none. This is fraudulent activity here. What are we talking about, bruh? This is madness.
Too much on, making people believe Drake is more dangerous than he truly is. And then again, anyone with some money could easily have someone touched. Pause. But he not testing no LA.
For real.
It's not happening. Just like Drake and Kanye's feud ending last time.
Does that look like the kind of man that be on some mob type shit, bruh? With lipstick on or whatever, like lip balm he put on, bruh? Lips glistening for no reason. Like, pause, bro. Pause that whole moment. But look at him, bruh. Just look at Drake. Look at... Stop playing with me, bro. Stop playing with me. This is some soft ass shit right here.
So abruptly, people think Kanye says so.
Hold on. You notice how his cheekbones are indented like he just...
Like Drake and Kanye's feud ending last time so abruptly, people think Kanye says sorry. Nah, man, read the room.
Told Drake don't play with me on GD, and he sent that message to everybody.
Kanye has been linked to being tied with the GDs for years.
You know what I'm saying? Gangsta Disciples saved my life in Chicago. I'm here because of Gangsta Disciples, and I am exactly who Larry Hoover wanted to see come out of the organization that he created.
OGs even said they stand behind Ye.
I don't play with that man on GD.
That meeting with Jay Prince was clearly mob ties settling the dispute, so no further issues would transpire. The way you can tell is how they took this picture, and then shortly after, Ye randomly threw a free Larry Hoover concert. You know, the same guy who created the GDs. And then having Drake perform and wearing free Larry Hoover merch. Almost seems as the gangs got involved and Drake basically apologized by doing this show. The proceeds went to 3 non-profit organizations that are made for ex-cons, but also there were rumors that some would go to Larry Hoover. So in other words, Drake was being taxed. Also, Drake is very close to Dirk, and it was rumored that Dirk was upset about how they did Drake because Dirk is a part of the Black Disciples, the rival gang to the GD. Which Ye spoke about.
So wait. So let me get this right. This mob boss y'all claim he is, in reality, he's only caught in between the actual gangs. He's not running things. He's damn near a victim. This is crazy, by the way. This is super crazy to see. Because from what I understand, from what I just heard, it just shows that Drake is just following things. He's following a script. Jay Prince is a director. Because Jay Prince was the one that called for that meeting to squash that beef with the GDs. But then you have Dirk getting cheesed about how they play about Drake. Mind you, he's only getting cheesed because of how they play by Drake to use Drake. Okay? Keep that in mind. They're using him to promote themselves. It's like Drake is the ultimate marketing tool, but he doesn't understand this in himself because of his ego. We know his ego is just disgusting. It's shown everywhere. His ego is blinding him from what's going on around him. They are spreading you dry, brother. This is why I'm critical about Drake. Because Drake definitely has the potential to be that person. But he needs to understand, if you want that credibility, if you want that, you got to show out in Toronto, bro. He's not showing out in Toronto at all. He's not supporting none of the artists. He's not supporting none of the creatives. Okay, I know he supported 4Y'all back in the day. But like, count the support that he gave people in Toronto compared to all the support any rapper has given anybody in America. It's night and day. It's night and day. It's down here up to the ceiling. It's night and day. Bro, he has to do more in the city to regain the trust with the people in the city so that when he goes back on road again, it'll be a different story because there'll be a lot more people in the city to defend it. But the problem with that now, because it's a double-edged sword, the problem with that now is that he's doing it now. The same way how Kendrick said he run to Atlanta, he's running back to his own city in Toronto that he left. So it's like almost a lose-lose situation. It could be a win-win, lose-lose either way. Win-lose don't matter. He needs to figure out a way to regain people's trust. Step away from the gang shit. Step away from the mob type shit. And really speak on some shit that we can resonate with. No more lovey-dovey nonsense because anybody can do that. In fact, a lot of people, a lot of guys, mind you, they kind of run to the women's music for that too now. Don't get it twisted. We have Rod Wave. Rod Wave going crazy right now. That's his bag. Drake is a contender compared to Rod Wave. He can't compete. Now I understand Drake is like an inspiration for Rod Wave, but bro, he can't compete in the realm Rod Wave has set up. It's crazy. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's get to the bottom of this.
Later on, of how Dirk would rap on songs that Kanye would send him, and Dirk would send it back with disses towards Kanye.
Dirk sent in a verse, and he said, take my Yeezy shirt off and make it a domat. And he said it 4 times. Yeah, Lil Dirk said this. I hit him up. I said, you know, you're breaking my heart. Man, this is bad for the city. It's like, it's one thing, you got Drake. It's like he's really paid to come and do whatever he does. And shit come on my neck, all this type of shit. Right. But
basically, Jay Prince wouldn't have a gang war behind Drake. He proved that with Ye and the GDs.
Yeah.
So he's def not going to have a gang war with Kendrick and Compton. This started off as strictly rap. The Like That verse by Kendrick didn't cross a line whatsoever. It was clearly a friendly fade.
Facts.
Made shit personal first, like he did with Pusha T, like he did with Kanye West, and now how he did with Kendrick.
Facts.
Brings up their wives, which
arrogance
is okay. He responded the way he responded. This is hip hop. It gets disrespectful. Hey, that's gonna be my catchphrase throughout this whole video if y'all ain't noticed. If y'all ain't noticed already, man, this is hip hop. Push-ups fire the first rounds with using Whitney's name in a bar about bodyguards. That's Kendrick's wife. That's personal as hell. It doesn't get any personal than that. When Kendrick's devotion is to protect his wife when he said those vows. So why go so low if you don't expect the person to go even lower? Pause. I feel like I'm gonna be saying a lot of pause on you. I'm trying to be serious, but at the same time, it's kind of hard saying sus ass, you know. If someone slaps the shit out of me, my goal is to knock their ass out.
Facts.
Not slap softer or just the same.
Facts.
If that makes sense, people. Come on now. If someone slaps the shit out of you, you're going to think in yourself, oh, well, I can't punch them. I can't knock their ass out. That would be wrong of me. No, it doesn't work that way. The whole point of rap is to obliterate your opponent through wordplay.
Facts.
Let the words cut deep and penetrate their heart and soul. Break
Facts.
the person down. That's the point. This is hip-hop. Drake had the right angle with throwing the first low blow, but it seemed he feels like no one else can do the same back to him. Nah, man, that's not how it works. Honestly, this is revealing Drake's only child energy at this point. This growing up with siblings, man. Trying to snitch to your moms and say, hey, they hit me. And if she asks what happened, and you say you hit them first, your mom says, well, that's what happens, and that's what you get. Keep your hands to yourself. You don't need to be hitting people. You won't get hit back. Shit, some moms will just say, quit snitching. Cut off that snitching. Get away from me with that snitching.
It's true.
And what's with the people who are not a part of the culture thinking that they can try and change it? I can't stand this shit. Y'all complain about how we gatekeep, but clearly we don't gatekeep enough.
You're calling him a word, but this guy's...
I wouldn't say Skepta's outside the culture, because the rap culture does continue in the UK. Now, I know it never started in the UK. UK has made rap their own thing out there, but I would still say he's a part of the culture. But I want him to say that part again.
Get away from me with that snitching. And what's with the people who are not a part of the culture thinking that they can try and change it? I can't stand this shit. Y'all complain about how we gatekeep, but clearly we don't gatekeep enough.
You're calling him a word, but this guy's signed to thing. So now, how can they sign a man that is being accused of this thing? So now the things that when I was clashing in grime, we never had nothing to lose. There you go. This is what I'm landing now. So when we're saying things to each other, you could call me anything in the world. I'm not.
Because in London, you guys represented what you made better than how we are represented here. Because there's so many different states in America, the divide is just it's like a tree, and all the branches, all like the roots, everything spread out. In UK, grime is a little bit more straightforward. The rapping, everything else is easy. It's easy to follow, meaning that more companies can get behind rappers in the UK than people here in the US. There's too much, everything is different. Everything is spread out. It doesn't make sense. But here in the UK, when you go back now, it's straightforward. Now there's still more division, don't get it twisted, but It's easier to follow. That's why they have better gear. That's why Nike has better clothing in UK. This is why more things are marketed to those kind of places, because it's easy to follow, meaning that it's easy to support. What it also means, it's easy to market. Think about it. I need y'all to sit with that for a second. If rap in America and Canada was easier to follow, you understand how much more money would go into things than how it is now? These advertisers don't know who to support. These advertisers don't know what labels to go to. You want ad money, you have to be able to market and present yourself in a way where people can understand it. And it has to be at a basic level sometimes. That's how it has to be. But the problem is, the rap today, especially with the Crash Out squad, it's so left, it's so right, you don't know what to follow. There's no in between. But you know who gets the ad dollars and the ad revenue? Is pop stars. The same way how Taylor Swift gets that ad revenue. She's easy to follow. She's literally in Toronto doing 6 shows to end her tour. And each show is sold out. Estimated 13 million per. Rap can't do that. She can though.
I'm gonna lose a Nike deal.
Right.
I'm not gonna not be able to put food in my. That'll probably even get me more money, because we'll go to the show and do the clash on the stage, and more people are paying and rare. You know what I'm saying? So
the version they was doing was hurting.
It's hurting what we've built. These doors are shutting on us right now, bro.
Two different realms.
That's why I didn't like that. It was good until they started sounding so like it just sounded crazy, bro.
But you gotta remember though, throughout that beef, Euphoria was playful. 616 was a warning. So you got a playful warning and you got an actual warning. And then what is he going to do? Drop Family Matters with all these accusations. So how does Kendrick respond? Meet the Grabs. You cannot say it's Kendrick's fault when Drake is the one that stepped past that line. Okay? Y'all need to understand this. This is war. Battle rap battles, however you want to put it. This is war. But you're using words. So if you worded your bars better, you would have outplayed Kendrick. Problem is, you're playing with somebody that won what's it? I kept forgetting the damn name. The Pulitzer? Yeah, the Pulitzer. The Pulitzer, yes, Pulitzer Award. I'm going to keep that whole, me figuring out the Pulitzer Award so y'all know how tough it is to say that word. But it's a Pulitzer Award. Getting that award is almost like getting a Nobel Peace Prize award for putting words together. And he made an album. He's a wordsmith. He's the ultimate word crafter. 616 in LA. The title alone. That's like a quintuple, sextuple, however you want to put it, entendre. 6+ different meanings. That is insane. From a timestamp? That is nuts. Oh my god. You went up against a rabid beast, and you're a chihuahua. My goodness, that was the biggest mistake of your career.
Part where I have to spoon feed you guys the harsh reality. Because clearly common sense isn't your guys' thing.
Definitely not.
I wanted this video to be off of strictly humor and joking. I'm going to have to go a little off topic and get a little deep for you guys to understand. Y'all might actually let nonsense like Skepta's weak sauce spark some kind of pity party domino effect. The result? Future artists too scared to drop real diss tracks because the likes of Skepta and Drake's emotionally fragile fan decided to go cry about it. Imagine letting that soft energy dictate the rules of hip-hop. It couldn't be me. So let's talk about it. Outsiders and guests to the culture don't get to rewrite the narrative. UK rappers...
But I'm so glad he's saying this. Why? Because that's what happened. People outside the culture starts to dictate what people inside the culture to do. And the mistake that we made is listen. That's why everything is happening around us. It's super crazy that this is happening. I'm glad he's saying this because more people need to say this. It's the outside voices. And I attest to this all the time in my podcast. It's the outside voices that dictate and tell people what to do, that already know what to do. That is crazy to me.
Or any other rap.
Actually, run that back. I need to hear that again.
And the result? Future artists too scared to drop real diss tracks because the likes of Skepta and Drake's emotionally fragile fan club decided to go cry about it. Imagine letting that soft energy dictate the rules of hip-hop. It couldn't be me. So let's talk about it. Outsiders and guests to the culture don't get to rewrite the narrative. UK rappers or any other rapper outside the US are guests. Respect it. Respect the culture. It's no different than a white artist or any other race for that matter. You are guests to the culture. Hip-hop was made by black Americans. It was created for us to escape and express our oppression. Black Americans are known to make things work for themselves without throwing a pity party about it. Well, back then at least, I should say. Whether it was fashion, slang, haircuts, music, dancing, or sports, we always would evolve these things into something we could call our own and spin to it, because they would gatekeep everything from us at one point. Although we have created a lot of genres, such as rock and roll or doo-wop, those genres were taken from us. This is no different from the Harlem Renaissance, which exploded in the 1920s during the Jim Crow era, where black New York artists creating a new form of entertainment, which included jazz and R&B. This isn't the first time that black Americans created a music genre that was popularized. Y'all know I go way off topic sometimes. I'm getting to a point. Just listen to me. Okay, we having a history lesson. As time went on, we began to hold on to things we created more closely and value them more deeply. Rap was designed to tell stories and express emotions that we would go through. And storytelling was the foundation of hip-hop. Then, of course, making songs to dance to, which adopted new dance crazes that would advance and change over time. But battle rapping was the heartbeat of the culture. The goal was to keep our youth off the streets and encourage them to fight with words against our weapons. That's not to say it never crossed the line or became dangerous, but for the most part, it stayed on the mic. The whole purpose was to destroy your opponent using words and also being the voice for the voiceless. For the long history racial discrimination in America that started with the black codes, then going to Jim Crow laws, and then to the war on drugs in the 80s, which was done purposely, by the way, to have mass incarceration to black men, to keep them segregated, and get free labor by having the prison filled. A new form of slave trade, right? So the streets would take to the mic and voice the stories of our oppression, like NWA, Tupac, Rakim. These stories would reach globally, pointing a vivid picture for people who didn't care to see, spreading awareness of what's truly going on in the black American communities. Rappers became the new activists, speaking with raw and filtered emotions of what black Americans.
And you see how they ruin it? You see how they flip the script? You see how in 2024, the things that we learned in the 2000s is the complete opposite?
We're going through. So for someone in the UK to comment on when hip-hop goes too far, as if they're not a guest in our culture to begin with, is both distasteful and lacks credibility. Nigga, this is our craft. This is our craft, man, that we developed in the United States as black Americans. Pay attention to the emphasis when I say black Americans. Although this craft has now branched out worldwide through other cultures and nationalities with other races involved who added their own ingredients to the mix. That doesn't mean to change the overall main recipe. That's like me studying spaghetti my entire life. I don't know why I would, but let's say I wanted to be like an Italian chef and the overall goal would to be the best spaghetti maker in the entire world. I don't know. And people now consider me as a legend in the spaghetti game. And I go to a 5-star restaurant in Rome, Italy. They're known to be the best at making spaghetti in the entire city and in the entire country. I eat it and I find things wrong with it. And I go on TV or X to let everyone know how I didn't like the way they made their spaghetti. And I go on to speak on how it should have been handled. all from the previous experiences with other restaurants I've attended, or maybe some books I've read. Y'all would look at my United States black ass and would laugh and talk big shit. Y'all would say, how dare you even think to have an opinion on their famous restaurant that won the #1 restaurant award or some shit like that. When it's their country, the people who created the cuisine itself, they would say, how dare you criticize the way they make their recipe. That's their craft, that's their culture, that's their recipe. Hip-hop and rap is a craft with the main recipe from black Americans in the United States. You are guests. Don't change our recipe. Battle rap, diss tracks, there's no rule.
It's too late. They already changed the recipe. Oh, I might have to use this to help people understand what's going on.
Who told you guys this? The first time I've ever heard anything like this was when Drake tried to say something about Pusha T going too far about 40's illness. As if Pac didn't do that 20 years prior. Drake and company, the Soft Boys, the Beta Men, and the Baby Bops of this
Oh my God.
Only one saying something is too far. When it comes to Drake, why are you guys coddling this clear broad? I know clear tears are dangerous, but golly gee whiz, G Willikers Batman. I'm gonna play that out, you guys. That's my new saying. G Willikers Batman. If you don't like how serious and personal hip-hop beef gets, then do as J. Cole and ride a fucking bike out of here, nigga. Don't partake. Listen, I don't hate Drake. I can't stand his ass and what he represents, but I don't hate, bruh. I just like to make fun of him. But I'd be lying if I said I don't listen to his music.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Some songs slap and some songs don't. Not all his music hit and some do. But just like I can listen to him, is the same way I could watch a movie made by the Weinstein Company. Django and Inglourious Basterds are some of my all-time favorite films. That doesn't mean I'm unaware of what the guy who owns the company distributing these movies has done. And I'm tired of the disrespect towards black Americans, man, to black American influence. Honestly, I'm tired of the overall disrespect of American influence in general. I don't care, white, black, Latino, it doesn't matter. Other countries are inspired by us Americans, and they incorporate our trends into their lifestyle, and then they want to discredit us or change what we created
Bar
narrative as if they're not guests to our culture. Y'all need to stop it.
Bars. That's all I gotta say. Bars. But do you see what he's talking about? You see how it's so important to keep who you are here, keep it at your core? Because people are going to change the narrative. They've already changed it. Like he said, they changed the recipe. But what he didn't say is that the recipe's already been changed multiple times. Look at the recipe today compared to the recipe in the 90s or the 2000s. Mind you, the best era for music, easy. No doubt. But look how they changed it. You can't go around following. You started. No, you understand. If it's at your core, you started this. You have to say so, not them. They have opinions. But why we listen to the opinions is my question. That's how you lose self. That's so crazy that he said, I'm using this as a reference for anybody that try to step to me to and say otherwise to this point. I'm using this video. Shout out to Deleted. Deleted, you're really that guy. I understand, like, you know, your YouTube's favorite villain or whatever. But bro, this pivot that you did just now, bro, impeccable. Sometimes you need a history lesson. Sometimes you need to hear what's good. Sometimes you need to be reminded of what you lived in once. Oh my goodness, I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed it out there as well. If you're new here, please subscribe. If not, that's cool. I got content for everybody, bro. Anyway, this is Single Seater Reactions only on the Flexion Mind Network. Take care, be well, be safe. Stay true, be you. Live long and long live. Peace. Bro, I really enjoyed this video. I'm going to have to like this one for real.